Happy New Year, Gems. Today's featured gem is an artist on the rise. From recording records at Patchwork Studios to being interviewed on the 85 South Show. Y'all sit back and get to know Ron Obasi.
The drums on this so stupid, bro. Back at the laundromat in case before this mission of greatness. $5 for the candy lady, thought I made it. Jean shorts and my dirty sneakers, observing police. Summer heat, bringing strife, niggas evil, bruh. But never on time when people needed them. Hard head, make a soft ass, that was our media. Make it out and make the media. Proper ingredients for the robbers and needy, cuz this property got niggas devious. Pops on the block, we get our wisdom from the junkies and the high school dropout flunkies. At every turn you gon' learn. But some things are better off not soaking up. Fucking survival mode for the outside. Holding in the outcries. Count how many times we look back and said good times. Broken hearted gods from the trench. In comparison, the thief for joy. But so is looking over in your nigga sack, cause he ain't got your toys. Mama mad I'm lending shit she barely could afford. But they're my boys. And she don't know it. Niggas tried to jump me on that Wednesday morning. If my nigga wasn't there, she would've lost her son. From that day forward, I told him what's mine is yours. And everything that I dream, know I'm dreaming for us. I feel to be God's favorite. So how I feel to be God's favorite. I think that's all I got.
Brick by brick, gem by gem. Let's build this city up, this is the foundation. Gem of the day, your dreams are your own. Work fingers to bones, while I'm stacking these stones. Turn the foundation to my empire.
What's up, Gems? Today we have a very special guest with us. We have the one, the only, Ron Obasi. Welcome, Ron.
Oh man, thank you for having me. That was a hell of an introduction. That made me feel like, you know what I'm saying?
You feel the type of way.
Little prime time, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Little prime time.
I dig it though. Thank you for having me, for sure.
Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you being on the foundation. Like, I've been watching you grow over the past couple of months, and I just met you this year, but shoot, Ron Obasi been doing it, y'all. So you put out a project called Sun Tapes. And sweetie, when I tell you, I was sitting in the car before it was released because Jamocha had a little snippet. Yeah. I was on Instagram trying to do a little video, and I was like, bopping to it. She was like, it ain't out yet. I was like, damn.
Well, shit up, man. Somebody got to play it early. Somebody had to listen to it early.
Come on, and enjoyed it.
No, that's definitely a project a nigga proud of, bro. That's if I could say, it's definitely my longest body of work that I put out thus far. It was the project where I feel like, all my projects go through the same type of, soul searching or whatever to, convey whatever message I'm looking to put off. But Sun Tapes was special for me because it was the project that I feel like I had come to terms with, like, every step after, like, towards purpose, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, actually, like I said, getting in tune. That was really what Sun Tapes was. It was me conveying the message of what it took for me to, like, see my own light and, like, sharing it. So that's definitely a special project to me. That's
beautiful. So when you were creating it, you're saying that you were going through the process of, it almost sounds like self-discovery and, like, exploration. So through that process, as you were writing Sun Tapes, what were some of the ways you went about writing the material?
It's crazy. Like, all right, so if I can, without, like, rambling, I'm gonna tell you how, like, Sun Tapes, the first inspiration came from Sun Tapes or whatever. Well, one, I've always felt, historically or whatever, just being black, you know what I'm saying, our relative to the sun or whatever. And then, but the first song that I wrote from the project is Suns. It's number 6 on there.
Okay.
And that came from the inspiration of who was coming back from Atlanta. I had just did the 85 South show, and the 85 South episode had already dropped. And it was my very first time of seeing so many different people have so many different comments, opinions, so many different people, you know what I'm saying what they didn't like, what they did like, and the inspiration of just channeling that, it just kind of like, a lot of things just kind of playing in my head about what it took for me to get there, one, and realizing like nobody put me on that couch with me. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, it's people around me that help, but you get what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
And then just channeling that into, like I said, it was a instead of me going on a tangent about responding to people in some kind of crazy way, like I said, I wrote songs, and I sat with that song for a minute, and the same way that kind of hit me or whatever, like that type of inspiration, like self-discovery, because like I said, that moment showed me what it's like to be in the light, for real. And then protect yours while you in the light.
Absolutely.
So every song after that, a lot of moments after that it was literally like, it was rather more intense or just as intense, whether it was like personal shit or it was just like, you know, just I'm saying, just writing the music, and I literally was making a whole different project. I made two projects, and when I was almost finished with that one, like I said, Sun Tapes it just swept every single thing of like just creativity that I had on my mind, and everything was just coming together, and it felt like a lot of different shit was speaking through me, but it was coming from me. So I was being a vessel for a lot of different things. While I'm looking at the outside world of what's going on, like I didn't have. It was the first space where I had found enough comfortability to talk about what was going on, like what I could see. You know what I'm saying? You can go to songs like Dem Crackers or the Freemans.
My favorite, Dem Crackers is that one. Okay. I'm sorry.
No, that's a lot of, you know, but it's special, bro, because like I seen myself take those emotions, those feelings, those thoughts, bro, and turn it into those songs. You know what I mean? And it was a heavy dosage, a heavy balance of, you know, on that project of like even what I was going through personally. You know, stuff like Fresh Start 2, where I acknowledged the ups and downs, and really like you walking in purpose, and you spend a lot of time away from your child. You spend a lot. You do it's a whole bunch of shit that's
not aligning with who you really are.
You feel what I'm saying? And it's like that project was, those was like real moments. Every single song that I wrote was like a real moment of like inspiration, where like it was like a transmuting or whatever darkness I was in type shit. So.
And that normally is always like the best way to kind of create work. Sometimes we are, as artists, in very dark places, or we are in a place where we're discovering new parts about ourselves, or even just discovering who we are to our core. Absolutely. And our root, and then we kind of have full circle moments, like, and we are able to create these things that genuinely feel like this is me. Like I definitely understand that, and congratulations on being on the 85 South Show.
That's just crazy. Yeah.
That's crazy, because the fact that they are legends in the making in their own right, and then for you to be on that platform right now, like you're a legend in the making as well. That's so beautiful. What was that like with all of them around you?
It was new, man. Like I said, that experience taught. That experience right there taught me so much. That whole week we was down in Atlanta. Even more just not even just being on the 85 South, like I got to record at Patchwork for a week.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, you see all them plaques on the wall. You see Outkast's first 3 albums, platinum plaques on the wall. So you already in a whole different type of, you know what I'm saying, energy playing. You see Kendrick plaques in there, Wayne, Tip. Like you see so much history and energy in there. And then, like I said, with the 85 South, they just, the inspiration of what I seen of black people building some shit individually, like, you know what I'm saying, or independently with their own platform and reaching an audience that big, really kind of showed me like front row of like, you know, what vertical integration look like without, you know what I'm saying, some goals that I have by myself. So I was easily able to pull something from that, like, oh yeah, it's hella attainable. It's just like a lot of things that I be talking about is one thing to, examples kind of like on the same plane as experience to me. Obviously you got to walk your same path, but if you see somebody else doing the same type of shit that you aspire to do, and you open to it, you draw a lot of inspiration from that. And then just being, like I said, just being around people like they household names. You feel what I'm saying? The DC, the Carlos, the and then like I said, seeing what their operation is like behind the camera, it was a beautiful thing for real. For real. Like I said, it came with a lot of. It's crazy because like it was my first time really seeing people that had no idea. I mean, people hadn't even listened to a goddamn word Ron Obasi had never fucking said before. Was criticizing the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was also people. It was just as much people showing love, but it was like my first thrust into what the fuck is like when you walking in purpose. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Nip got one of my favorite lines. It's simplicity behind it, but it's so true. It's like, you know, ain't no going back once them lights on you. Because like you really can't. You know, you ain't pleasing everybody that's watching you.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? And that show, you know what I'm saying, taught me like if I was to ever double back on like, which I'm pretty sure more opportunity shit, I wouldn't change shit. I wouldn't change nothing I did on the show. I wouldn't change nothing because, like I said, it just made me more comfortable with like being around people who, you know, they walk their own journey to get where they are, and I'm doing the same. So it just kind of amped me up to just be more comfortable who I am. Yeah.
Definitely. And when you double back, because we always speak things into existence.
Absolutely, yeah.
When you double back, you're going to have learned and achieved so many things. So like, I definitely would just keep on walking in that purpose and walking in that light, you know, and just like you said, like being around like-minded people, you know, and driven people, and y'all all got yourself, because you said something, yes, you were like, I got myself to this couch.
Absolutely.
Yes, you did, Ron Obasi.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you say that, expound upon like what you really mean when you say that.
Well, one, I'll credit to God for sure.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? When I say myself, God is obviously a big part of that, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I did the work. Like,
yes.
I ain't cutting no fucking corners. I ain't cheat myself out of no experience, no ups and downs, no, you know what I'm saying? And to me, it's hella important because you can't, with knowing that, you can't make me feel small or inadequate in no room I step in, because I know whatever I did got me here. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter whatever the opinion is or whatever, however you feel, you know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, if I'm here, you're going to see me somewhere else because I got myself there too. And it's not a cockiness or a confidence. It's literally just walking in your light. The way you talk like that, like it's knowing that you took every step necessary. Shit, you did everything that
it took to get to that point,
bro. Like and like it's like I said, the intention or hell, the losses, the lumps. Shit, I took all of them. You know what I'm saying? You ain't take them from me,
right?
So,
exactly.
The same way, like I said, the same way. And again, just God, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Just being in touch with that. Like I said, the intuition, that believing in the goddamn impossible.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And shit, that's shit I stand on. That's what I mean when I say shit. I got me here.
Yeah.
Like I can't. I said the books I read, goddamn, to the studying, to the working on the craft, all of that shit. Being one with my message or whatever you get from my music. Shit.
You did that.
I did all of that. Yeah.
Put that work in. And I asked you that question because I feel that there's a lot of younger aspiring artists, rappers, whatever you want to call it, that kind of, you know, believe that it can happen, you know, quickly, and that's just what it is. And because we see it so much in social media, we see somebody blow up overnight off of just going viral. And so now we live in a world where everything is happening so fast and people are getting success, but it's like, behind the scenes, what is really going on? Because if really all you did was get viral and then all of a sudden now you're in this world, you're not prepared for the things that really are going to unfold in that world. Yeah. But people like you who do, you know, cry, who bleed, who sweat and actually go through the necessary groundwork, building the foundation, as you said, you know what I mean? Yeah. To get to that point, that's who really sees the fruit of their labor. And I just want to commend you for being one of those people, because you don't see that often. Yeah. And it's beautiful to just be able to be in your presence and to see you grow in this way. So
it's beautiful to like to really be doing it for real. Like I it's one thing, like I never take for granted like
the opportunity to continue being like present in this, to even be somebody who was chosen to do this. Like, you literally have to acknowledge that part and take your own steps. It's one thing, bro, to be chasing aimlessly, blindly after something that's not meant for you.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But if it's something it's been on your heart for you don't know fucking how long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love when I can, like, you know what I'm saying, revert back to a lyric or some shit or whatever, but I got a lyric where I said I've been manifesting this shit for 20-something. It's one of those things where, like, when you know that and when it comes time for you to seize the opportunity and, like, you know, become one with it, you have to, like I said, you have to acknowledge the like I said, the other side of it. Like, something picked you to walk in it. Something, you know, shows you out a lot of different people who
aspire to do the same thing.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
And maybe quote unquote better.
You know what I'm saying? You have to. It's you can't be blind to that because it's one of those factors that play a big part. Because if you don't acknowledge that chosen quality or whatsoever, you know what I'm saying, what God put on your heart, like, it's so easy for you to like, you know what I'm saying, turn away from it or
lose
not
sight
walk,
of it.
you know what I'm saying, fuck up your intentions, all different type of shit. Somebody can sell you a different part of the dream that you ain't want to be a part of, and just while we on the topic, just about people who like aspire to do this, like, I always want to be an example of literally, like I said, one, what we said, like, not cutting the corners, not cheating yourself, but just being an exemplary, exemplifying the whole, bruh, doing it your way is so goddamn important.
Lead or be led astray.
Bruh, like, yes, doing it your way is so important. You know what I mean? Like, in the most stubborn way, because you can have an intention or a plan, and God show you a whole different path or whatever. You got to be able to take that step as well. But literally, I mean, just holding close to what you seeing it to be and what you seeing people, what you want people to know you for. Like, I definitely would rather have 1,000 people know me for my genuine goddamn message than 1,000,000 people know me for some shit that I not stand beside for.
I definitely understand that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's definitely one of my things that I would rather be an example of when people that aspire this shit to be. And I think about that shit every time I'm doing something for what the hell I want to be a representation of, what my legacy looks like. I think about all of that shit. It's deep for me. So
it's surpassing just you today.
Every time, every decision, every song, every word, everything. And like, that's, you know what I'm saying. It's always. Even more than the world, like I said, I got a little one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she a part of the legacy as well. She gonna see this shit. She witness it right now.
Right.
So you gotta
lead by example.
Yeah.
Absolutely, especially because she's watching.
Yeah, she
watching every move at you, baby girl. She's like, yes. But it's really cool because before we even, started recording, one of the things that you touched on was like knowing your why.
Bro.
And I want just for, people out there that are watching and listening to know the importance of your why. Whether you're a singer, whether you are a doctor, whatever it is, what is your why, and really knowing and walking in that why. So why is that important to you?
Well, why my whys, or why is knowing your why?
Why is knowing the why so important?
Because it's the same shit we touched on it earlier too before we, was on the camera. Like, what type of energy or currency that is. Like, your why and your intention, whether you know it or not, it's the energy, bro, that's gonna have you running through walls and achieving shit that you did not think was fucking impossible. It's gonna open doors for you that you know what I'm saying, you couldn't imagine. But like I said, being in touch with that is some divine shit. You know what I mean? Because if you know your why, your how, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say it's gonna come easy, but you push yourself through unfathomable levels of life or lessons and all of this shit, because your why hold true. Like, just to give like a personal part of my story, like the past 2 years or shit, whatever, like, you know what I'm saying, the past 5 years, like I've been at mom's crib or whatever, like just making the sacrifices of where you invest your money, where you take your losses and all of that shit, where I was working security goddamn for 16 hours a goddamn day every work, and just knowing like I'm not gonna be here forever.
Right.
This is not the final step. This ain't the final, you know what I'm saying? This ain't my final calling. So if you in touch with your whys and your intentions, it's a lot of different parts. It's a lot of different levels where you want to master. And when you come out on the other side of that, the first thing you're gonna give thanks to is God. And then the next thing that you really gonna give your thanks to is just holding close to your why, because you know your why, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, nobody can sell you no bullshit. Nobody can take you away from whatever the path or whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. If you it's so important. Like I said, it's so important to know your why you doing this, because it shows. It shows. People are able, people can see, people can, obviously you definitely don't want to do this for no outside validation. But if your goal is to touch people, if your goal is to lead people, if your goal is to inspire people, good luck doing that without a why.
Right.
You know what I mean? Good
I
luck doing that, because like I said, and I try not to compare myself to, I don't compare myself to why nobody else doing this. And like I said, when you know your why, I'm pretty sure anybody can point out some artist or some creative out there where they just feel like a lot of shit they do is aimlessly. You know what I'm saying? And you can see people running in circles. You can see people not evolving. You can see people not being able to take that necessary step forward like your life, as your life evolves, your purpose does too. Your calling does too. And it's not just music for me. It ain't never been just music for me. You know what I'm saying? There's just one layer of this shit. So that's why I believe it's hella important to be in touch with your why, because like I said, as it developed, as the goals develop, as the plans develop, you just
start seeing things fall into place.
You feel what I'm saying?
Genuinely.
And your whys is how you able to keep your discernment strong. What's for you, what's not for you.
And how to push through too.
Hell yeah.
I definitely feel that. Come on. Well, do you have any any advice to give? I feel like you've dropped so many gems already just through the conversation. But a lot of this is to help people, forward as well, because I feel like you have a lot of just knowledge on your own and your own journey. You've definitely taken things to help propel you forward as an artist. So if there is anybody out there that's like-minded the way you are, what would you tell them?
Don't be afraid to be inspired or inspire people. And I feel like that's one of those things that hit niggas when it's supposed to hit niggas or whatever, the same way it did me. But a lot of people are afraid to be inspired, just like they see a lot of people accomplish a bunch of different things or whatever, and the way there's many different variables. We don't even got to go down there, but a lot of creatives take it in and they channel it in a way that's not propelling their next step. So like when you see something, when you see somebody accomplish some shit, like don't be afraid to literally let that inspire you to whatever ideas you have on your goddamn mind, whatever visions you have, bro, like let that be, because that's another energy currency, whether it's directly somebody close to you or somebody you feel like is far away from you. That inspiration is a hell of a tool to use. And don't be afraid to inspire people too, because that's another thing that's hella important to propel your growth. You can't be afraid to, like, if you do something, like that's whether it's trailblazing or you put an idea out there and you see somebody not necessarily cling to that or find something from that from themselves, don't be negligent of that. Like literally acknowledge the way you inspire somebody, because it's a bridge. It bridges a lot of different shit. And like I said, hopefully that kind of makes sense, because like I said, I could go into a deep tangent about that or whatever, why that's important. And another thing is pick up a fucking book.
which books should we pick up?
I feel like if you're trying to find answers about how to start your journey and face your fears, The Alchemist is one.
Read that.
Pick up The Alchemist. His name, artist Paulo Coelho. The same author wrote a book called The Warrior of the Light. That's another read I think everybody should pick up. Those two books, literally, they like manuscripts to me. I can continuously go back to them and find answers and find relativity to whatever part of this journey I'm in. Because you repeatedly go through the cycle of, is this the step I'm supposed to take?
Correct.
You go through whatever, like the dark times and shit, they're not gonna stop. The hard times, they're not gonna stop. And you repeatedly have to find, like I said, you repeatedly have to get back to your why. You repeatedly have to get back to your light. You know what I mean? Because that's the human experience. That's the transmutation of what the fuck it is you're trying to do. And like I said, and finding that inspiration. So those two reads are two reads that I think people should definitely pick up for real.
Cool. Well. Yeah. Read a book, read a motherfucking book. All right, you heard Obasi. No. All right, well, yeah. I really appreciate you being on the show with us today.
No, again, bro, it's my pleasure.
Oh my goodness. The people know where they can find you, because they gonna need to follow you and listen to them Sun tapes. So come on.
Yeah, man. Ron Obasi, RON space OBASI. That's when you're searching for the music shit, Spotify, Apple, Audio Max, SoundCloud. And then when you search me on social media, it's the same spelling, RON, no spaces, OBASI. Ron Obasi, man, just shit. Got videos, music, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful interviews.
All that good stuff. Yeah. So, yeah. And shout out to the team. Shout out to the team.
Shout out Third.
Third Eye.
Third, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Supreme Radicals. That's also something that I would love for people to. It's a great thing that me and shout out Kelsey, you know what I'm saying, business partner, manager, bro, that we got, that we building, and it's to change lives, not just ours, but it's to change lives for real. So people definitely should tune into that as well. So yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, y'all make sure that you follow Ron. Make sure that you listen to Sun Tapes, because it's amazing.
Thank you.
And we're gonna end on this note, y'all. Please remember, we can build the city together, but it all starts with the foundation. Until next time, Gems.
Check this out, y'all. Read a book, read a book, read a motherfucking book. Read a book, read a book, read a motherfucking book. Read a book, read a book, read a motherfucking book. Read a book, read a book, read a motherfucking book.
Brick by brick, gem by gem, let's build this city up. This is the foundation. Gem of the day, your dreams are your own. Work fingers to bones while I'm stacking these stones. Turn the foundation to my empire.